So recently we had round one of the Hailing Board Sports competitions. In the competition there are both windsurfers and stand-up paddleboarders. As it was windy, I decided to use the Levu 12 feet and enter into the windsurfing competition. As I was trying it out for the first time, I thought I'd give my initial thoughts on the board. So straight off the bat, the first thing to mention is that this is a huge board. As it's a WindSUP, it has been designed for both windsurfers and SUP riders. At 243 litres with a length of 12 feet and a width of 33 inches, this is a beast of a board. There is no chance of falling in, and when it comes to stability, it's basically a pontoon. Despite being on the larger end of the spectrum, it still goes some when there's a bit of wind. As it is so buoyant, it floats very nicely on top of the water, so it actually has very quick acceleration, and I found myself getting off the start line in first on pretty much every race. However, it will only accelerate to what seemed to be a very low top end speed, so getting it onto the plane properly and acting like a normal windsurfer is near enough impossible. But I will say that it carries its momentum well as remaining consistent in speed, especially through the lulls. To be honest, most of the stuff that I've just mentioned isn't really what it's designed for. I'm just commenting on my experience with the board. It is, however, designed for ease of use and targeted at any rider from first-time beginner to advanced light wind freestylers. I really feel anyone can have fun and make good use out of this board. There's so much room to move about on, and I can't deny the fact that I had a lot of fun riding it. The other thing to note is that the soft rails and soft top deck make it really comfortable to both ride on and climb onto. There's no risk of injury or discomfort. You can almost bash it around without too much concern of properly damaging the board. The sort of person I can see wanting this kind of board would most likely be a family that all wanted to give windsurfing a go, but they aren't all the way committed to the sport. Basically a recreational rider. The added benefit to someone like this is the fact that you can also use it purely as a SUP board. Say your youngest daughter is learning to windsurf, but you, the mum, would prefer to go stand-up paddleboarding. This board has got you covered. As I'm obsessed with windsurfing though, I love this board for both light wind freestyle and cruising about the harbour in marginal conditions where a normal windsurfer wouldn't really be effective. So those were just some of my initial thoughts on the 12-foot Mistral Levu WindSUP hardboard.